maybe I'm wrong. I think he's trying to
might have
keep fun.
topical.
I've said several times it's not. Yeah, I think he's when I talked about that's not relevant or that's not. Yeah, I think he's trying to make it sound like I had. Oh, I'm just saying nothing's important. We should ignore every problem, which is not what I was saying. But I ain't gonna address that.
Jim Bob knows, but he doesn't know, but he knows. All right. Sravelia for 5 for Matt. Why does the Bible explicitly separate the creation of animals with spoken word, but the creation of man with God's hands and breath of life?
Because again, that's assuming the view of creation being about, like Genesis 1 being about the material manufacturing of all these things. I reject that view. I think it's about God ordering a cosmic temple. And since humans are the people that he chose, he elected to be his image, there's a unique relationship with God that humans have that no other creature has. So that's why it talks about that unique creation story with humans.
See, the problem with your view is that you just admitted that humans existed. They were made before they were chosen. They God adopted a human, because if you hold the view that God made man in his image, the moment they were made as a category, they were already in the image of God. But you're holding the view that God made man, whether it's through the process or immediate, and then he elected them. It's a secondary proposal that we went down and said, I didn't actually make you in God's image. I made a creature, and now I'm going to give you God's image as opposed to you're made in God's image. So from that view, is that actually a hold on, you don't get to.
No, when I said he elected man, you're assuming I'm saying.
Is that after creation?
No. He elected before creation even began. No, he elected before creation ever began that he was going to guide evolution to bring about humans.
Where's that
humans? I don't.
You just said you don't understand what's coming out of your mouth, dude. You just said
no.
God. Listen to what you just said. You just said God before creation had the intentionality of using evolution. That's not a biblical.
I've been listening to these debates.
Sound like I had. I'm just saying nothing's
There's been like debate con this past week or so. They're doing another one here soon.
I ain't gonna address that.
Jim Bob knows, but he doesn't know, but he knows. All right. Sravelia for 5 for Matt. Why does the Bible explicitly separate the creation of animals with spoken word, but the creation of man with God's hands and breath of life?
Because again, that's assuming the view of creation being about, like Genesis 1 being about the material manufacturing of all these things. I reject that view. I think it's about God ordering a cosmic temple. And since humans are the people that he chose, he elected to be his image, there's a unique relationship with God that humans have that no other creature has. So that's why it talks about that unique creation story with humans.
The problem with your view is that you just admitted that humans existed. They were made before they were chosen. God adopted a human, because if you hold the view that God made man in his image, the moment they were made as a category, they were already in the image of God. But you're holding the view that God made man, whether it's through the process or immediate, and then he elected them. It's a secondary proposal that we went down and said, I didn't actually make you in God's image. I made a creature, and now I'm going to give you God's image as opposed to you're made in God's image. So from that view, is that actually a hold on, you don't get to. No, when I said he elected man, you're assuming I'm saying. Is that after creation?
All this stuff up right.
He elected before creation even began. No, he elected before creation ever began that he was going to guide evolution to bring about humans.
Where's that
humans? I don't.
You just said you don't understand what's coming out of your mouth, dude. You just said
no.
God.
Before,
listen to what you just said. You just
was going to guide evolution to bring.
Keep it some shit.
JB, I think it's fuzzy. If you really think about it, it's irrelevant. And when we get right down to it, it's not important. Do we even have to know? I have no idea what that's referencing.
It's very.
I think he's trying to. And maybe I'm wrong. I think he's trying to
Might have
fucking fun.
been topical.
Yeah, I've said several times it's not. Yeah, I think he's when I talked to
Oh,
him,
okay.
that's not real. That's not. Yeah, I think he's trying to make it sound like I had. Oh, I'm just saying nothing's important. We should ignore every problem, which is not what I was saying. But I ain't gonna address that.
Jim Bob knows, but he doesn't know, but he knows. Alright. Sravilla for 5. For Matt, why does the Bible explicitly separate the creation of animals with spoken word, but the creation of man with God's hands and breath of life?
Because again, that's assuming the view of creation being about, like Genesis 1 being about the material manufacturing of all these things. I reject that view. I think it's about God ordering a cosmic temple. And since humans are the people that he chose, he elected to be his image, there's a unique relationship with God that humans have that no other creature has. So that's why it talks about that unique creation story with humans.
See, the problem with your view is that you just admitted that humans existed. They were made before they were chosen. They God adopted a human, because if you hold the view that God made man in his image, the moment they were made as a category, they were already in the image of God. But you're holding the view that God made man, whether it's through the process or immediate, and then he elected them. It's a secondary proposal that we went down and said, I didn't actually make you in God's image. I made a creature, and now I'm going to give you God's image, as opposed to you were made in God's image. So from that view, is that actually a hold on. You literally
you don't get
said
to. No, what I said he elected man, you're assuming I'm saying.
Is that after creation?
Hold on, no. He elected before creation even
I'm
began.
gonna change the title.
No, he elected before creation ever began that he was going to guide evolution to bring about humans.
Where's that
humans? I don't.
You just said you don't understand what's coming out of your mouth, dude. You just said
no.
God
You're not understanding me.
Listen to what you just said. You just
that
said
fixes it.
God before creation had the intentionality of using evolution. That's not a biblical view.
Okay. No, I did. I'm not telling you.
Yep, it fixed it. Yes, awesome.
I'm
You
saying
didn't
from a
stop it.
theistic evolution viewpoint,
Nice.
God. The Bible tells us God is sovereign. The Bible teaches God had a plan for humanity. The Bible teaches all those things. I'm taking that teaching of the Bible,
All right.
recognizing in the natural world God used evolution, and saying, so because A, God had all this design from before,
Now we can play.
and because B, this is what we see.
Starting
that God
exactly
did by
8
using
o'clock
evolution,
Central
then God
Time.
had that intention. I'm not saying the Bible says that. So setting that aside, the answer to the question, what I was saying was, God elected humans from before creation to be in his image. And I'm assuming you would agree with that statement. God elected humans to be in his image before creation. And therefore, from the moment humans came into existence, they were in his image. So I'm not saying God created humans and then said, okay, now that humans are here, I'm going to post something, go from behind and put it in his image. God created them that way through the process.
Okay, I'll just ask you this question then. If that's true, and you believe Christ is eternally uncreated, can you tell me 100% certainty that you know from a biblical perspective that when Christ walked in the garden that he was walking like a human, or could he have been walking like a crab?
He would have been walking like a human because, again, he came to his image bearers to work, to Adam and Eve who were humans, to relate to humans. So he would come in the form of a man.
Was it arbitrary? Could it have been crabs?
No.
Turn it on.
It couldn't have been crabs who were elected to be God's image bearer. Why?
Because God elected in Christ, he elected humans.
No, I didn't ask you what you think he did. Could it have
No,
been
it's not what I think he did. It's what he
Turn
said.
it on and on and
Could
way
it have
up.
been possible for him to elect crabs for crab liturgy? Why not?
Because Scripture says it's not possible.
No, it doesn't say it's not possible. It says that it happened this way.
So do you think, since Scripture doesn't say it's not possible, do you think it's possible?
Well, no, I'm taking your interpretation, which is if God could make man through a process where he's once not man, and through time, in a sort of Mormon-y way, he becomes man, he graduates to man the way man graduates to God in a Mormon view. If it's ongoing that he becomes what you call human through a process, then I'm not sure why, from your view, scripturally, God would be bound to the human form we're current in. He could have chose a donkey.
He could have chose dust, but you believe it came from dust.
Alright, we gotta go to the next one here. Lenny Lenny Grad sent another 5. Lenny, big ups, thank you. He says, quote, he's playing word games. Translation equals, I lost and have no argument against it.
No, I did give an argument. When I said he was playing word games, I was talking about the concept of beast, and I already answered that in the previous question when I explained the word game. I think I did it in my closing, where I explained the word game, that saying that because we had non-human ancestors, that must mean we are beasts, and Christ had a beast nature, as if the assumption is that human nature now doesn't exist, and instead it's just beast nature. That's the word game.
It's not a word game. That's actually, first of all,
that's not the evolution being.
No, it is. Does evolution hold that there's a tree of life?
Yes.
Okay, and in the tree of life, there's thicker branches at the start, and then there's smaller branches that divert from the thicker branches, right?
Correct. Do you see?
Okay, hold on. No. Chill. So, beasts, from your view, precede human. Human would then, from the evolutionary branch theory, human would be a subcategory of beasts.
No.
What do you mean no? You just say no. No. Yes.
I'm sorry. Just like you said no to science when they asked you about stars. No, I just reject what
That's not the scientific method. You don't
stars.
determine.
Okay, Google. In Palworld, how do I go about fixing a fracture on a pal and fixing a sickness in a pal?
Use medicine crafted at a medicine workbench. Fracture. Feed them medical supplies. Sickness, cold/sprain. Feed them low-grade medical supplies or high-grade medical supplies for weakness/depression. To treat a pal, open your inventory, select the medicine, and choose the pal, or interact with them directly in your base and select feed.
Okay. I just put them back in my PAL box. Like, do they have to be like in my inventory, like in my hand, or like on me, or like I have to have them in the yard?
They need to be either in your active party or out working in your base. You cannot feed medicine to a pal while they are stored inside the PAL box.
Medical supplies. So just feed them any medical supplies?
Not just any. You need the right tier of medicine for each specific ailment, or it won't cure them. Here's the exact breakdown for what you need. Ailment. Medicine required. Cold/sprain. Low-grade medical supplies. Fracture/major injury/ulcer. Medical supplies. Weakness/depression. High-grade medical supplies. How to feed it to them. Once you have the right medicine
I
in
do
your
have these
inventory,
pill
you
bottles
have two
somewhere.
options depending
I
on where
have
the
these
pal
pill
is.
bottles somewhere.
1.
There we
If
go.
they are in your party, open your inventory, right-click, or press the use button on controller, the medicine, and select the injured pal from your party list. 2.
Low
If they are in
grade
your
medical
base yard,
supplies.
walk up to the pal, press feed, or open the interact wheel, select feed, and choose the medicine from your inventory.
egg. Unicorn. Let's have a check. Univolt. Tackle. Univolt. How box of green? Oh. What do I want him doing? You keep getting that over. Base upgrade? Yeah. Box upgrade. Shit. We're finding it. Old revolver. Water grenade. Power box to access to. Oh shit. Wow. I want that. I'm assuming I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. Flame cauldron development. What are you talking about? Flame cauldron development. Furnace. I should have to find these things. What the fuck is that doing in there? Need a lot. Ah. Ooh. All right, potato seeds. Mm. Hey, that pumpkin baby boy. Yeah. Oh, I can add 2 more guys. Let's add another water one. Let's add a couple water guys. Fuck. With the medical facility and stuff. Powder. Oh. Oh man. Oh my gosh. No. Mm. Ugh. Ugh. Hello?
Good morning.
Hey.
What you doing?
Eating my dinner and playing a game.
Were you thinking about making pickle relish? Or pepper
Yeah,
relish, I'm sorry.
I was talking to somebody about it yesterday, and I was just like, I didn't know what peppers they use or nothing, or how they did it.
They use like the green, red, yellow peppers, the peppers that, not the hot ones.
Oh, all right.
And then, I don't know what all they put in there. That was that. I think Nana Lou still does that because my mom was doing it with Nana Lou there for a bit.
Mm.
Hold on a second. Sorry, April was calling. I was like, let me call you back. I'm up with Matthew.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to make myself just not play very long. I'm just gonna play a couple games and go to bed. Well, I'm playing a game, but I'm trying not to play it for too long.
Gotcha. Understood. Understood. Yeah, I'm off today. I was off yesterday and today.
Just using your time, or
All that, and I wanted to take off next week for Jeff, where he passed away, because sometimes it makes me wonky, but I was like, okay, well, I'll just take off my birthday.
yeah. Yeah, happy birthday. When is
Thank
it?
you.
When's the 7th? It's today. Yeah. Everything blurs together, and I'm so tired all the time. And I try to keep motivated and keep energy up and stuff. And I'm trying to stay on top of everything around here. And I got things so far so straight. Not everything is exactly the way I want it. And I just come to the conclusion that God doesn't want me to ever be settled.
Yeah. Well, that sometimes happens.
I have to just keep being on the move.
Right.
Like he gives me peace, you know what I mean? Like, I have my moments of peace, and stuff like that, and he gives me peace and stuff, but I can't ever get settled anywhere, and I don't think I'm supposed to.
Well, sometimes it's because if you're not settled, then at least you're, hopefully, when you're wherever you are spreading the true gospel, and you're talking about gospel.
Yeah, it's just
Things like that. Why you're having issues at work?
No, the work just never ends. It's just that's what it is. It's a gift and a responsibility.
Yeah. Totally get it. Totally get it. I wasn't getting a lot of money from Caitlin and my roommate, so I had to talk with her and up that a little bit. So.
Already.
What are you frowning at?
Already.
Oh, his walkie's here. So you need to see. I have to take a picture and send it to you. So a friend of mine comes and takes him for a walk. You ready what she walks him with?
A harness or a walk, like a stroller?
No. She also walks her dog. Her dog's a Newfoundlander. So big, here you ding dong. His name is Herman. So, and he's a small Newfoundlander, and they are the other dogs that are big like him. But they're not dogs. They're Saint Bernards. Saint Bernards, big like a Saint Bernard.
You just let him ride on top of the dog? Put him on a saddle?
No, what he does is he walks underneath Herman, so Herman shames him.
Keep me cool out here.
Mouth, and then he lets Herman do the muscle.
Keep me cool out here. I'm glad Lucius has finally figured out where his pee pads are. He knows where they are. It's just like he got comfortable. When I first got in here, I spent all that time trying to get the bedroom ready because I was trying to keep all, his business in the bedroom in case I have guests. They're not smelling his mess unless they go in the bedroom or the bathroom. So I got it, but while I was getting all that ready, I had the pads out here in the living room, and he got used to thinking that's where he goes out here.
Sorry.
And he's
I wanted this one to get on his harness, and he's being a little shit this morning. Sorry.
And he's peed a couple times in the wrong spot on the plastic where I have everything taped down. And it's like nothing got down to the carpet.
That's good.
But I always have to peel a whole bunch of the tape back off and stuff and redo it. like the 2 times I had to do it. I still have to retape it now, actually, because the pee creeps under the gaps in between the pieces of tape and stuff and gets up underneath of it and on it. And yeah.
Oh, Lord. I'm so there's just too many smells here, Mom.
But he's
That chicken. Yeah, very hot.
he's finally peeing and going to the bathroom where he's supposed to on his pads, and I tried doing everything to get him to do it, and like I guess it just took those couple mornings where I had to wake up and step and pee and snap the fuck out. I didn't beat him. I haven't like beat him or nothing, but I pick him up and I'm like really like angry with him. I'm like, you're so bad. You don't fucking do this. This is where you pee pee. You pee pee over here.
You're still taking him for his walks, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. It's only time he ever really needs to use his pads is when I'm asleep.
And if he has to go there.
Yeah, that's the only time, yeah. And even, like, when I'm working, if I get up and pee, I just lay back down. But if I don't gotta get up for a while, I get up and I'll walk him, you know, like, you know what I mean? If I gotta get up and pee, I'll take him to go out and pee and stuff like that.
Eugene, all right. He says that I can tangle you around the table.
But me and Michael have been playing this new game called Palworld.
Herman's walking you. Have fun. Yeah. I should see these two. They're so hilarious. The red dog's not out there.
Mm.
All right, have fun, guys.
Yeah, but I told Michael about this game that I heard about, and I told him it sounds really cool and it's doing really well and all this stuff, and it was only $30, and he went and bought it and he started playing it and he's like, oh my god, I'm fucking addicted. I'm like, I was like, I heard nothing but good things about it, and it's like you can kind of like play the game however you want to too. You're not really like, you know, like there's the main overall story of the game, but you can kind of like play it however you want to. And basically, what it, huh?
What's it called?
That's what I was about to say. Basically, what it is, it's called Palworld, like pal, your buddy, your pal. Palworld, and it's Pokemon basically. It's like this kid. He works at a gas station. You know what I mean? He worked at a gas station somewhere out here in America somewhere, and he was like, "Why can't I?" It went through all kinds of litigation. Nintendo tried suing the kid and everything because they're like trying to make claim that they're the only people that are allowed to make a game that involves catching, you know, creatures and shit like that. And
Well, that's stupid.
yeah, and like, and it's like, well, where does it end? Does everybody have to have a special patent for every game mechanic there is? If that were the case, you know, no one would be able to make a side-scrolling video game after Mario. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be able to. So like, it got beat out of court and everything. So this kid got to finish developing and making his game. And basically, what it is like, if you ever played Pokemon.
No, but I have the concept.
Right, like if you ever play Pokemon, you go around, you collect the different Pokemon and stuff, you try to catch them. Sometimes they're more difficult or less difficult to catch. But when you play and you're fighting the other Pokemon and you're fighting the other Pokemon masters and stuff, you just have these 3 or 4 or 5 Pokemon that you play or fight with, you know, and they have like 3 or 4 attacks, and you press the button and you wait for the cooldown, and then you press the other button. Okay, he's having trouble. I'll switch him out, and I'll put the other guy in. That's all you're doing. You're just pressing the button and waiting for the cooldown. Pressing the button and waiting for the cooldown. Where this guy's made it like it's like an interactive, like, whole-on world. like you catch the pets, and like some of them you can make saddles for, and you can ride them, and you can fly on them, and you can ride in the water on them, and they fight with you and for you, but you also fight. Like you have bows and arrows and guns and axes and stuff, and you're trying to fight and run around, and you're trying to collect material and build things and grow things. And like I got a farm, and I'm making ammo right now, and Michael's in my guild, and he plays with me, and he farms stuff when I'm not working, and then I farm stuff when he.
Sounds like it's a mixture between Pokemon, what you call it, the one that Jeff and I always play.
World of Warcraft.
Guild,
Yeah,
Guild.
it's like, but everyone's the same class. Everyone's a hunter, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because you have pets, and you can grow all types of different foods and plants and stuff, and you can breed them, and you can have a ranch, and they farm different things for you and produce different things, and there's like dungeons, and there's fighting, and it's way super interactive. You got to make your armor. You got to, sometimes you find armor, sometimes it's a lot. It's like it gives you a lot to do, and it gives you a lot of ways to play it in many ways. Like if you don't like running around and killing things, you can run around and just try to capture a few things and then bring them back to your little base and just farm and level your character up by farming and growing and doing stuff like that.
Huh. Interesting.
It's pretty neat. And like I said, it's just a kid working in a gas station saying, why can't I make my own version? And he just pressed on and did it. And I did the math, and I asked like how much it was and how much he sold, and if it's $30 a pop, and da 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 da.
Always made some money.
Yeah, after taxes. And he's probably going to keep making more because more and more people keep finding out about it and how much more fun it is and how much fun it is, and yeah, getting involved with it. But at the point of when I checked on it, he had so many million sales, and I did the math, and it was like before taxes and expenses and all that, it's like $917 million. But like after taxes and all his expenses and everything, it's like 700 million.
Always made some money.
Yeah. And I tell that, and of course Michael completely obfuscates from it. We don't talk about politics and stuff like that, but I just make the comment like this kid made this game, but it's like only in America. You know what I mean? I kind of left it at that,
Yeah. It's true.
Have a good idea and run with it.
Exactly.
It's like my general manager. He wants to have his own like cigar lounge. You know what I mean?
Well, that'll probably make some money, especially if you can get some good cigars from Cuba and wherever.
Yeah, and I think he's like trying to like network with like higher class quality people and stuff like that who are interested in that type of stuff and are looking for like that type of like private club type thing. You know what I mean? Trying to build up a clientele before he looks for a place, and because he says he's been dreaming about it for a while and set up ideas and how he would do it and all that. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm like, I'm here now because I'm just saying yes. Wherever God leads me, that's where I'm at. I'm hoping for the best for this place. If I can make more money here and they make more money, great. That'd be great. But if I can use this as a catalyst to go somewhere else and better and make more, like if I make good friends with another rich guy and he wants me to work at his restaurant, or I make good friends with somebody else and they want to invest in me to do this for them or that for them, then I'll go. You know what I mean? Just I'm
leaving your options open and being smart. That's all you gotta say.
yeah. And like I told my general manager today, I told him I was like, because I was talking to the bathroom attendant guy, and he was like, "You're so smart and you're so hard working." He's like, "What are you doing here?"
Hey, I'm still learning.
And I was talking to when I was talking to Brim, and I mentioned, because I mentioned it to both of them. I was like, I'm just doing this now because I'm pursuing my happiness and it fits my schedule. So whatever's going to pay the bills and fit my schedule, I'm going to do it. Push comes to shove and I have to. I told him, I'm like, I get emails every day from Indeed.com. $25 an hour, $35 an hour, $60 an hour. You know what I mean? Or, so many $1,000s a week, you know, and stuff like that but I'm like, do I want to go back to working 40, 60 hours a week, day up, day down, working in a warehouse and organizing all their shit for them all day, every day again? That's why I do this, and every once in a while I am really busy, and every once in a while I'm not so busy. I still get paid pretty good. Yeah, I work a lot of hours, kind of ish, you know, they're still like within the 40, 50 range, but everything gets handled, you know what I mean? And I make pretty damn good money, like, because like I said, it's $85 a day, you know, and some days I get like almost $100 in tips or more, give or take. So sometimes I make like, you know, if you count my day pay on top of my tips, I make close to 200 a day sometimes.
Right.
And you know, it doesn't hurt. Having an extra, you know, making like between it. I mean, it's not always close to 100 extra. Sometimes it's more like 50 extra, or sometimes it's like 40 extra. But still, it's like I'm never without. I thank God every day. You know what I mean? That I'm blessed to have what I do have, and grateful for it. They just try to keep moving forward. But like, I always have enough money to get more water. I always have enough money to get more chuck bricks. I always have enough money to get, like, I just had some shrimp cocktails, and I buy like the frozen wild caught Alaskan, not, you know, I don't know if it's Alaskan, just wild caught salmon and stuff like that. I come home, I make a meal, I sit down, I try to chill a little bit, I drink my heavy cream, and I go to sleep. But now I'm playing this game, trying to be too
I would love to be rich and have money and be able to do whatever I want to do and feel good about different things, but sometimes, unfortunately, I think I'm just meant to struggle, and when I get money, I give it. So
it's like I was kind of telling the guys the other day, because I don't know, like people they keep thinking that they need to make it and they have a destination and it's got to be. I'm like, dude, they're until you realize it's about the journey and God's in control of the destination any damn way. You'll learn you have a lot more stress, and you know what I mean. You can enjoy the peace and know that everything's good, because you know it's about enjoying the journey that He's got you on. It's like what happens when anybody makes it? Life still fucking goes on. Sometimes life gets fucking worse for them. You know what I mean? You know, some of them have, you know, humble livings. You know what I mean? They don't live super extravagant. You know, like your Clint Eastwoods and like, you know, your James Woods and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's some like guys who live a more modest, humble living. There's one guy. Oh my God, which actor is it? I think it's Willem Dafoe, actually. Willem Dafoe. He lives very, not like destitute, but he lives just like I think he might live in another country or something, like on and off. Like he like travels around here and there sometimes. Like he might have like 2 houses or something, but he tries to like live like very modestly. He gives a lot of all his fucking money away. Like he's like I just need what I need to live. You know what I mean? I don't need extravagant clothes. I don't need, you know what I mean? He's like, why would I need it, you know? And like the kid who plays Spider-Man now, he doesn't want anything to do with Hollywood. Like he goes back home to Ohio, wherever the fuck he lives, and stays away from the whole scene. Yeah, and like Christian Bale, he drives a Toyota pickup truck, like a whole beat up Toyota pickup truck. He's like, it works. You know, he's like, it works. And my friends ask me if they need help moving stuff. I can help my friends move stuff. It's good miles. It's like,
that's all right.
He has to have a new car by now, I would think. But there's like another actor, like he was like in Arrested Development. Can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. But he was making millions of dollars and driving around the car that his parents bought him when he was 16 years old. You know what I mean? I mean, just some people are like they understand the value of the dollar and practicality of it and stuff. That was my trouble as a young, an older teenager graduating and everything. I had no concept of money. I just always thought, even when I was like doing electrical trades and stuff in school and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, you can make $60,000, $80,000 a year." No. It's like, but it's not millions. That's all I can think in my head. If I'm not being a superstar, if I'm not making millions, I'm not making anything. I'm not living this life to my fullest like I'm supposed to. You know what I mean? Like that was the delusions of grandeur that the leftist mentality like creeped into my brain. Like that's what I believed in. Like, oh, you know how I was. Like, I was extremely far leftist. I was extremely, this and that. Whatever is whatever. And you gotta live fast, die young, or have a good looking corpse. That was the whole idea. I didn't care. It's just I didn't live fast. It's like the whole world's gonna end anyway. So who cares? You know what I mean? I just believed all the bullshit that they've been propagating and brainwashing people with for years. That's why when that clicked out of it, and I started seeing the truth 13, 14 years ago, whatever now, that's why I was like, oh my God, how does everybody not see this shit? I was just like trying to tell everybody. Because I mean, that's kind of the standard rule of thumb that kind of went around in Delaware. By the time Matt figures it out, it's like, oh shit, if Matt fucking knows, you know what I mean? It's like I'm kind of like you love, like I'm the idiot, right? You know what I mean? Like if I got it fucking figured out by now, shouldn't we all have it fucking figured out? But then come to find out, I took a Mensa IQ test before I left Delaware. Like when I was still working at the frozen food place when I was still there down the street, Harrington Logistics. I took a Mensa IQ test. I paid for it and everything. I was like, I just wonder. I just want to know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just want to know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it said I was 135, which is above average, like well above average. And,
Right.
And then when I was getting my brain tested for my concussion at the one concussion center or whatever, the one neurological center, they had me do all these series of tests and stuff. And the girl at the end of it, she's like, "This is incredible." And I was like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. I was struggling with one picture that I couldn't figure out the mirror image of it from because none of the other images made any sense to what his mirror image should have been. And I just had trouble with that. That was the only one I really had trouble with in this series of tests. And then like she's telling me these numbers. Like she'll tell me like she was like, give me 4 numbers, then she give me 6 numbers, then she give me 8 numbers, then she give me 12 numbers, then she give me, and I was just like repeating them back to her like exactly how she told them to me. And then she would tell me to repeat it backwards, and like I was just looking at the keypad on the keyboard, and I was just like looking at the numbers, and I was just like recalling them in my brain and stuff like that, and she goes like, "You're this like this." I think she said the 73 percentile, but it's like I'm basically in the upper quarter of intelligent people on the planet.
That's good.
Like, yeah. And studies and things I saw from before, and I just thought I was really stupid. Like when I talked to this one guy who I know has a really high IQ, but Eric has a really high IQ. And I started thinking it wasn't because his IQ was higher and he was so much smarter. It was because like every time I talked to this guy, he would just say something that like my brain had never heard before, and I would have to like really think about it and analyze it, and it would make me seem dumb because I'm just like amazed and fascinated with what he just said, and I'm trying to figure out my own brain, and it's like making me think of all these other things. And then like when I met Eric, he won't even tell me his IQ because he's ashamed of it because it's lower than the most intelligent woman's IQ or something. But like there's different levels and forms of intelligence too, and like if you know how to speak to certain people in certain ways, to speak to them on their level, speak in tongues, you know what I mean? Like you can relate to people on different levels, and just and people don't get that talking about people. But I think that's why I have so much trouble dealing with so many fucking people because I'm just like. I just I have to I have to have that much more patience and like really be like they really know not what they do and what they say, and I just have to be like they're fucking idiots, they don't know any better, you know what I mean? It's like, and there's so fucking many. And like where I work at the club, it's 18 and up.
Hold on, Keisha's calling me now.
Oh shit, I'm hungry. Ugh. Uh, Let's go make some cloth real quick. Fuck it.
When Keisha said hi.
Hey,
The rest.
shit, I don't remember what I was saying.
I know, I cut you off. I'm sorry. My phone keeps ringing though.
But yeah, I work with 18 and up, you know, is the audience, and you know, and it's just all these like just entitled, bratty, just obnoxious, overconfident, way undereducated, you know what I mean? Just like violently stupid, or just like just not violently stupid, just like pathetically stupid in some cases. It's just like it's so sad, you know. It's like COVID fucked a lot of people up, and I'm glad everybody's starting to fucking understand that now too.
You work tonight?
Yeah, like have you've been seeing what's going on, right? Like that guy I've been telling you who's been murdering everybody by the millions since the '80s is finally in front of Congress trying to, you know, plead the fifth 111 times.
Who are you talking about?
Fauci.
You know, but here's the thing. Even with Jeff, I don't want to say he was murdered, but technically you give people that, you know, it's kind of like the more narcotics you give somebody when they're sick, it just makes them comfortable to finally give up.
But that's been the huge con that we've been finding out more and more. It's like really, how you start to find out like how many like hundreds of millions of people didn't have to fucking die because we actually did have better, healthier more intelligent actual treatments for things to actually help people get better. But our medical system isn't a healthcare system; it's a sick care system. They just want to keep you just well enough that you got to keep paying for medical bills and pills and assistance and all kinds of shit that you don't need to be paying for. Because if they gave you the right proper stuff in our food and we ate healthy and did the right things, we wouldn't need half of this shit.
Right, because the older not the older, but like when you talk about like ancient times and you think about like Chinese and Japanese and how well they eat and the things they eat. I'm not getting another call. Let me let you go. Let me let you play your game.
Well, they say like we're living longer. Well, we're not actually. We're starting to live shorter now because they just keep steady poisoning us.
I know. Uncle David's calling me now, so let me let you go and play your game. And I love you.
I love you. I'll be around.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh, that's the one I put in face. Oops. Oh, dude. Fuck. Alright, I have bullets. Let's put the pills away. Put the pills away. The bird go away.
Daddy, you ain't making funny noises, Daddy. What are you making funny noises for, Daddy? Keep being a silly really, Daddy.
Okay, we need cloth, wooden boards, cryogenic coolant. I need that. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff I gotta do with me. Okay, put the headset back on. Let's do a dungeon and then take Lulu for a walk. Which dungeon do we want to go to? Let's go over here. Oh yeah. That's right. I want to try one in. Oh, I bet you. Okay. Oh, my neck. Elizabeth. See if I can find her. Kill her. Get him, kill him, get him, kill him, get him, get him, kill him. Kill him, get him, get him, kill him. Oh my god, I didn't grab any fucking food. Raw fucking chicken leg. Oh shit! I caught him and then he poisoned me and I didn't know how to heal. God. Nothing a thing for killing her? Don't get it. Want to catch me? Oh, stupid dick. What a fucking ass faggot. Bitch. The fuck? Dude, fuck you, bitch. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god, my fucking neck, man. Can't even chew my thing. I didn't do anything I said I was going to do. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh, you stupid motherfucking faggot! Are you fucking kidding me, you dumbass motherfucking faggot? What a fucking retarded nigger, dude! I fucking did not hit. What a stupid fucking piece of trash, fucking shithead, fucking motherfucking faggot. Oh my god, are you fucking serious right fucking now? Oh my god, I couldn't even fucking see him! Good, he's stuck. Stay stuck right fucking there. Nope. Perfect. Stay right fucking there. Oh, I gotta go back to fucking the town. That's different. Yes. First try. Next match. Oh, this match. Yes. Beds we gotta make. Ooh. Monkey Man, tell me what the story is. Monkey Man, tell me what the story is. Gorilla rat. It's a gorilla rat. Let's go pee. I'll do a couple things. And I really will do a dungeon. I really will. You want pee? Oh shit.
You know, it's first from the scientific method anyway.
That's your opinion, but setting that aside, the point is, this debate is not about is evolution true. And the reason I keep saying no,
I didn't say true, dude. I said beasts precede humans and humans branch
and I'm
off
saying no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I reject.
That's what
Your understanding of evolution. That's what your opinion.
Hold that thought.
I'm rejecting.
Hey, Matt, you guys pick it right back up right there. I just want to throw this in there. Cowboy the Dinosaur for 5 says, where in the Bible did it mention evolution, Matt?
Okay, that is definitely the second one I dropped in the fucking floor. Like, there's no fucking hiding that. I dropped that shit. What the fuck? It's just disappearing into the fucking void? Dude, my fucking hands are not working. Oh my god! Let's go, Pippi. Let me start something. Let's go here. Ooh. Balls. I need balls. I'm sorry, let's go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get so mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. What was this backwards? Is this inside out or something? What the hell's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Ah. Me! Oh, god damn it! Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fucking nigger fucking bullshit. Hat didn't go on the hook. And I pick it up again, put it up there again, it falls over again and knocks the fucking thing out. Fucking dumbass fucking retarded fucking shit. Oh.
That's not the case.
So by the way, I remember what you said. You said it's not the case because we don't know where that line is. I'm saying hypothetically, if you knew the line that your great grandfather beast wasn't a human, if you somehow knew that, you'd be able to eat him. Yes?
No, I've already answered that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. Alright, Philotomio Leventia for 5 says, Genesis 2:17, you shall die by death. This is not eternal separation from God. This is physical death after being cast out. How does this work with Evo?
Because Adam has spoken to Adam, and it is after he gets exiled from not having access to the tree of life. Evolution, again, nowhere in Scripture does it say animals didn't die before the fall. So even if you're going to make the death argument, you can only argue that about humans. You cannot argue that before humans existed. Everything else is animals. Animals' death before the fall is not mentioned anywhere, or it doesn't mention death coming
Don't
from
pull a
the
muscle
fall.
and stretching so
But aside
fucking
from that,
hard.
for Adam, again, death by dying, the issue was not just eternal separation from God, but dying separated from God. So yes, physical death is involved, but it is physical death separated from no hope of resurrection life that only comes from God, which Christ restored.
Yeah, well, I would add to that something that you're just unwilling to deal with, which is sin before the fall. Does it exist? Define sin from your paradigm. Does sin exist before the fall? And are you going to say and bite the bullet that before the fall, all was good, including sin?
Being good, Scripture uses good multiple times. So God even says after the fall, He mentions things being good. So, and that includes sin because sin's here. So He's not saying sin is good. He's saying the created order is good. The created order is. Hold on, I'm answering that. I'm getting to the answer. I answered your second question first. Then I'll ask 2 questions if you don't want 2 answers. So, as far as sin answering existing before the fall, I've already answered this. I'll answer it one more time. Sin as in rebellion against any direct command of God. No. If all you mean by sin is what we would do.
Every day's a sunny day. What's a sunny day?
Yes, that existed before the fall, but that's not what Romans 5 is talking about. Romans 5, when it talks about
How
sin
would you
coming
know
from
if
the
something's
fall,
beautiful if
it's
you don't know
talking
what the
about
fuck that
rebellion
was?
against God and being under the condemnation of sin. That's what Romans 5 is dealing with.
So sodomy existed before the
Everything's
fall.
fucking bullshit.
Sodomy, yeah, just animals.
I need to give this
It's
guy
animals.
medicine.
You mean humans?
Have medicine on me?
No, I don't mean humans. Good.
Don't.
Did sodomy with
It's like
humans exist before the fall?
medicine.
I can't tell you what humans before the
If
fall.
it's permitted, is it permitted to exist before the
Did
fall?
I say,
Where you at, Tom?
I don't know what permitted
Is sodomy
There he is.
permitted before the fall? Is it a sin?
permitted as like God allows it?
Is
No.
it a sin before the fall?
I've already answered the question about sin. Sin existed in the sense of immoral acts. Yes, it wasn't, but Romans 5 tells us sin before the command is not counted to their account.
Okay.
I just want to read this comment here from Jay Dyer. It says, Romans 8 says no death before fall.
He's just redefining death.
Romans 8 does not say anything about death. Romans 8 talks about creation being subjected to futility.
It's not
And it doesn't mention animals. It doesn't mention animal death. It doesn't talk about animal mortality. That's an interpretation of the text. It's not what the text says.
Mm-hmm. asked you, what's your normative authority for interpretation, and you said the church. And then I asked, where's the church? And you said, I'm not telling you.
I didn't say I'm not telling you where the church is. I said I gave you examples of where the church is.
No, I'm just saying you have no
a particular church tradition that you're wrong. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean I don't.
What is your interpretive authority?
I do not have to tell you.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me.
I've already.
You
church, scripture, church fathers. I've already told you.
Yeah. What tradition is that?
I don't have to tell you my personal church tradition.
Oh my gosh, I didn't ask for yours. If you're appealing to a church tradition of the church fathers and early extra biblical commentary on Romans 8, if you're appealing to that, what tradition are you appealing to historically?
Historically, I'm not going to tell you a specific church tradition, but I can point to church fathers. Based
What tradition are they? What church are they in? They're church fathers. What church are they in?
The Universal Church.
Great. Where can I find it in their time frame? Let's say 600 AD. Where can I find the church that your church fathers you're appealing to exist? Where can I find them?
All believers of that time, most of them Roman Catholic at the time, would be under the Roman Catholic. You have, I think, 600 AD.
Which one?
Before the split, I can't remember.
Which one?
Which one? What?
Which one should I go to as the normative authority? Let's say you take a DeLorean back to 600, and I go, hey Matt, I really want to get their take on Romans or Genesis. Where should I go to?
Any of the agreed authorities of the church.
Okay, all right, that's all I need from you. Just go anywhere where the thing you won't be able to tell me where that is. Just the agreed authorities. Totally nebulous.
I've literally named church fathers for you, and what you can know what church they're a part of. Go to that. I've answered your question. You just want me to say it's specific.
Is it specific? Is Christ Church specific, or is it plural?
Christ's church is all universal believers who have been baptized into Christ. You want me to name a specific organization?
Baptized by who? An authority, right?
Yes, an authority, yes.
And the authority
coming down from the apostles, asked and answered.
So you need a timeline of the authority passed on from the apostles, right?
Correct.
Do you have that?
Yes.
Oh, really? Who's your bishop?
I'm not giving you my church.
You're such a coward. It's just disgusting.
It's not being a coward.
You won't even tell me. You won't even tell me. Like, let's say everyone believed you and they wanted to find your church. It's not about doxing, by the way. It's about you appealing to an authority that has the authority that's traced back through the ages, all the way back to the apostolic age. And you're like, I'm not telling you.
I would want to.
My personal church.
Yeah, no, I would want to add, like, I would back that up that I didn't take that personally. Also, as Jim Bob trying to like out anybody personally.
By the way, Matt,
Your church or anything like that.
I'm talking about ecclesiology. I'm not talking about like that. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I fully agree. I understand.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that I didn't take it that way either, just so that no one thinks that's what's happening.
No,
absolutely
I don't think that at all.
All right, we got three $10 left, and then there's two $2. We're gonna bust through them real quick, guys. We're gonna wrap this up before 11 o'clock. I believe we can do it. Chaw XDD for 10 says, "How can I know if I have or have not evolved out of image bearer status?"
Humans will never evolve out of image bearer status because humans, I talked about this during the debate, God elected humans to be his image bearers. He will return as a human. Scripture teaches that humans are the ones who are redeemed. We will forever be in his image bearing status, and we will never be anything but humans. Again, this just goes back to my understanding of theistic evolution.
Okay, so if evolution, because the question is whether or not it's compatible with Christianity and the Bible, and you're taking a biblical interpretation of it, if you hold that God used evolution to create everything, including humans, from a process, and now we're frozen as the image bearer status, that includes our form, right?
As far as like general human form, yes.
Yeah. But under evolution, isn't it true that with enough influence from random mutation and maybe the natural selection process, isn't it totally possible, logically, practically, that we change form?
Under naturalism, not under theistic evolution.
No, I think naturalism is a worldview. I'm talking about evolution as a mechanism.
Oh
Okay.
my God!
Falls the way you're
just
describing
climbing the
evolution.
fucking
You
walls.
keep ignoring theistic evolution. It's
Special.
not special pleading.
It is.
Oh,
I mean, you're saying
shit.
this. This is why it's special pleading, man.
Okay.
You use evolutionary mechanisms.
Picked up
So
the
by your
stones.
means, God is a naturalist because he's appealing to and abiding by and guiding a
That's what I mean
natural
by
process. There's It's a simple question, dude. If under the evolutionary view currently, on what they call evolution, the process, isn't it true that animals are still having random mutations?
It's a fuck off
yes.
the wall,
Good,
you
okay,
fucking
so,
retard.
Under the evolutionary view, isn't a human an animal?
Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god. Oh
Isn't it
my
true that under the
god.
evolutionary
Oh
view,
my
all
god.
animals that exist biologically speaking, if they follow the evolutionary view, the view of evolution is that they could very well be undergoing a morphological process where they might render an entirely new category that is totally dissimilar to them.
And purely based on purely natural evolution, yes. But I don't believe in purely natural evolution. So
Doesn't that
it's irrelevant points.
yeah, exactly. So you contradict what the necessary predictable pathway for evolution would be by holding that your version of Christianity stops evolution in its tracks for human beings. That's incompatible with evolution.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's incompatible with
Evolution.
only natural evolution.
No, natural evolution is a naturalistic view of things. You're like, no, that's only if you hold the evolution to be naturalistic. No. Yeah, that's what evolution is.
No, evolution is a biological process. I believe all of creation is held to. Just like I would say all of natural creation is held together by God, that God sustains. I'll be done. I'm just going to say this. God sustains all of creation. Just because I believe there's a natural world doesn't mean that I believe the supernatural ceases to be involved with that natural.
Dude, it's incompatible, man. It's simple.
It's not.
Evolution holds a biological process that continues with animals as long as they're having random mutation and there's some sort of natural selection process. And with enough time, the morphology is an inevitable consequence, except for humans.
I didn't say except for humans. And theistic evolution holds that God sustains and handles that process, so God in his sovereignty can do that process however he wants.
Cool.
You only take the natural side, you ignore the theistic side, and that's why you keep failing.
And special pleading, all you're doing is saying God.
It's not special pleading. Trusting the Bible is special pleading.
All other animals could change, right?
Trusting the Bible is special pleading. Go ahead.
It doesn't say in the Bible.
We gotta move on. We're not gonna make the goal here. It's all good. You could probably circle back on one of these here. I'm sure there's 2 10s that kind of are connected tangentially. In Gardner says, Jim Bob, wouldn't evolution in God's eyes be like light shifting across a spectrum? The categories already exist in God's knowledge. Evolution describes the transitions between them.
No, because when you look at a spectrum of light, the reason this is disanalogous is when you look at a spectrum of light, you're looking at white light that's casting out frequencies that maintain their identity, and they are interpreted as what we call color. They don't change. So when you look at a spectrum of light, let's say just the rainbow, those colors don't change. The reason this is disanalogous is because evolution holds that if red, in this case, is a Pakicetus, that red, through natural processes, turns into orange, the whale. The reason it's disanalogous is because colors never, on their own, the frequency of the blue never changes into the orange. You're looking at a spectrum, and in your experience, you're going, look at the light change. The light's not changing. In fact, you couldn't see a spectrum unless the light didn't change. The only way you can understand the spectrum of the rainbow and light is if the frequencies don't change into other things. What's even worse is that the nature of light would be claimed to have changed if this was analogous. That would be like saying light changes itself, fundamentally what it is. With enough mutation, it changes from what it is to what it's not. That's what evolution is basically saying. It's insane.
Okay.
It's insane.
All right. Yes, Chad, I know. I'm not ending it at 11. It was a stretch goal. It's a stretch goal. Okay, we got running. Sorry, did you want to say something to that, Matt?
Oh, I was just going to say I wouldn't use the analogy that way either. My point of the analogy of the spectrum wasn't about changing from one to other. It was about us being able to tell where the boundary is. That was what my analogy had.
The boundary of one thing changing to another.
No, the boundary of where one thing is one thing, and then the next thing is the next frequency, whatever. It didn't change that, it's just where we identify it. It was talking about where we identify it, not about it changing, so I wouldn't use it in the analogy of changing.
All right. Last $10. I'm not sure what the R stands for. Is that Rwandan? decades, or 10 something or other says you can have more reasons that forbid you from eating your dog. Being a non-human animal is not sufficient condition for eating, just as a necessary one. The edible parents argument is very flawed.
No, because you're basically not even arguing from a theistic view. So your view simply saying is it okay to eat a dog? It is okay to eat a dog. What are you talking about? It's literally okay to eat a dog. So I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think
What the hell are you talking about? If Matt and I disagreements at all, we're in the woods and we're like, crap. We're humans made in the image of God. We're gonna hunt and eat a dog together.
Absolutely, we will. Yeah, so, if there's disagreements and all, Jim Bob, I actually do like you. But
Glad we could find some common ground at the end here.
But yeah, I would just say to that, that's not really a good argument, because I think what they're missing and what you're trying to get to is the moral side of it. Whereas they're missing the moral side of it. They're just looking at, is it healthy enough to eat? Which is a completely different thing. I agree.
Dog eat dog world, said Tanner. Big League Drew for 5 says, Matthew 23:9, WTF is a church father. Wait, he sent a follow-up 5. He says, Matthew 23:9 isn't referring to biological fathers. It's specifically talking about father as a spiritual teacher, which is why church father is nonsense.
Are they talking about where it says call no man father?
Just click on it.
Is that verse? I think it is. Like Matthew 23:9. Call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your father which is in heaven. That's a whole different debate. I disagree with their understanding of that verse.
Well, we appreciate your super chats, Big League Drew. That was second to the last here. Did I already read does the Bible draw a distinction between man and beast? I feel like we've been asking that question for quite a bit. Or asking around it, maybe. Okay, that was Andy Robin. I appreciate your $2, buddy. And then the very last one here is the Hake Report for $2, and he just sent a solid 6 emojis. They are a worm, a fish, a rat, a monkey, an orangutan, and I think that's a black farmer.
Hake, I got something to tell you. You gotta get my buddy Hello Listener, who's a Christian musician, on Jesse Lee Peterson.
Not gonna lie, it's good music. Great music.
You won't regret it.
I've listened to some of that. It's great. Just very experimental. I appreciate that. I had him listen to one of my streams on his channel one time, or one of my songs. But he doesn't like other people's music at all, really. So
I know he's a snob. That's why you got to get him up on Jesse Lee Peters.
it's amazing. Well, this debate's been amazing, guys. I've had a lot of fun. I had to lock in extra hard for this one, which is great. Always keeps me sharp. Jim Bob, go ahead and shout out your channel real quick.
Made by Jim Bob is my channel. I do daily commentary and debates. I even host debates. Matt, if you want to explore other topics, I'm a very fair moderator. Nothing personal tonight. I'm a very passionate debater, as you see, Matt. I'm sure you know that by now. Completely friendly and able to cheers over beers with most people, including you. Yeah, that's it. Made by Jim Bob pretty much everywhere. Mostly you can find me on YouTube, and I do comics on Instagram, made by Jim Bob as well.
That's up to you, Matt. I was just going to say that that's it for him. Turning it over to you.
Oh, fantastic. So my channel is The Word Room, just at The Word Room on YouTube. And I have, if you're interested about entire playlists,
Fuck is my thing?
Breaking down my view, going quote unquote multiple scholars, church fathers throughout that. So if you want to get a little bit more understanding of my view, you can look there. Jim Bob, nothing personal taken. I am also very passionate in debate. It's one of my wife laughs. It's one of my hobbies that actually relaxes me, which is funny, even though I'm passionate. No personal. Nothing personal. I still think you're an amazing guy. Recognize you as a brother in Christ. And while we have disagreements, I think the church is known for having heated disagreements in the past. So I think we're good with it. And grab a beer anytime if you're out in the Georgia area. So if you're ever out east, grab a beer with you. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll grab a beer with you if you come to liturgy with me in Georgia.
I would do it. Absolutely.
All right, cool.
There we go. You guys can get drunk in Texas anytime. But that being said, thank you everyone in the chat for watching. Thank you, Jim Bob's chat. I know he was dual streaming this one. TakeCon night, Orlando. I got to tell you guys that we've been posting tickets in the thing, the chat box there, and the description. And then if you don't have a membership to the Final Word, you could get one and watch it live if you can't make it. So appreciate these guys coming out, getting in the arena, and we're gonna bid you guys adieu.
Yeah, him. I'm gonna put my headset on. Oh my god, stupid ass motherfucking controller scared the fucking fish away, you dumb fucking piece of shit. I can't. This is so ridiculous. That shouldn't be so fucking sensitive, dude. I set it down flat on its back and it touches the fucking trigger button. It's so goddamn ridiculous. Dumb fucking shit! Piss me the fuck off. And the fucking dungeon's fucking closed. I don't need the fucking gunpowder. Back. Ass.
notice that in Earth 838, the Thanos defeated by the Illuminati did not collect all the Infinity Stones. The most obvious missing one is the Mind Stone. If you remember, the Ultron drones escorting Doctor Strange served the Illuminati. This means that in this universe, Iron Man successfully used the Mind Stone to create a benevolent Ultron. Additionally, Thanos' gauntlet is also missing the Time Stone. The Time Stone has always been protected by Doctor Strange, and Earth 838 Strange is not only the Sorcerer Supreme, but has also studied both the Darkhold and the Book of Vishanti, making him far more powerful.
I'm currently in Shanghai. Let's try.
Yeah, we're all coming down, dude. It's everything we've been saying for fucking. Alex has been saying it for 30 plus years. I've been saying it for 13, 14 plus years. It's just.
What? What are we doing? We're talking about Star Trek. That's what this is? I thought it was Dracula.
No, you are a wet.
There's gotta be. Okay.
This is Dana Bash, the co-host of CNN's State of the Union. Recently, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appeared on her show, but instead of conducting an interview, Dana Bash opted for a textbook media ambush.
The measles cases in the U.S. just reached a 35-year high. The second record-breaking year in a row, 93% of these cases are among the unvaccinated. The outbreak is happening on your watch. And even before becoming HHS Secretary, for years, you have been one of the leading voices questioning the efficacy of vaccines. Do you accept some responsibility for this measles outbreak?
Absolutely not. RFK Jr. has barely had time to figure out which drawer has the good pens at HHS. And Dana Bash is trying to pin a 35-year high in measles cases on his confirmation. But that's not how science works. Here's Secretary Kennedy back in April.
This is a global outbreak. It started before I came to office. Most of 80% of children affected are over 5 years old, which means their decision not to vaccinate predated my appointment.
For clarity, the kids catching it now missed their shots years ago. Math literally makes it impossible for this to be his fault. And he brought the same exact reality check to Dana Bash.
First of all, this is an international outbreak. So, we're doing better at handling it than any country in the world.
I can't crack my fucking fingers without the goddamn thing pulling the fucking trigger, man. It's so goddamn annoying. It's like you're fucking losing your fish.
England has 2 times the amount of measles that I call it.
Crack my fucking
You're the
fingers.
most famous.
Did I call 137,000 cases?
You're the most famous vaccine skeptic on the planet.
Did I cause 137 cases of measles in Europe? Love that response. Because listening to Dana Bash's framing, it certainly sounds like she's trying to blame him for a literal worldwide measles outbreak. But the reality is that measles isn't just an American problem caused by one guy's appointment to Trump's cabinet.
The communities that are suffering from measles are almost all religious communities that just don't vaccinate. The Mennonites have not vaccinated since 1796. It's Edward Jenner invented the smallpox vaccine. It's hard to blame that. I mean, as much as you want to blame
No, I don't want to blame you. I'm asking you because you have a very powerful voice on these issues.
No, I don't want to blame you. I'm sorry, what? Are we watching the same interview? Literally 2 minutes earlier, she looked him dead in the eyes and explicitly asked,
Do you accept some responsibility for this measles outbreak?
in other words, yeah, she's blaming him. You can't just throw out a loaded question get called out on it, and then instantly backpedal like you're just an innocent journalist asking questions.
What I want you to do is, please, use your bully pulpit to right now, as we're getting close to back to school, say, are you willing to say to parents who have not vaccinated their kids that they should vaccinate their kids for measles because it is safe and it will help them save their children's lives?
Dana Bash is trying to suggest that RFK Jr. has never publicly advised that people take the measles vaccine, when in fact, he has done exactly that on the record, under oath.
Can you please tell us here today what you're going to do to reduce the number of measles cases and improve the MMR vaccination rate?
We promote the MMR. We advise every child to get the MMR. That's what we do.
But Dana Bash and her terrible producers apparently missed that Senate hearing, so she decides to pull this incredibly dramatic journalistic power move, demanding that he say it on her network like she's extracting a confession from a supervillain.
I tell people on my websites, my public
Right now,
I'll say
look
it
at
right
it.
now that parents should get their children vaccinated for measles. A measles vaccine is effective. It stops measles in about 97% of the cases, but people should get vaccinated.
Kennedy gave her the exact public health message that she asked for. End of story, right? Yeah. A reasonable journalist might take the win and move on, but this is CNN.
Do you want people to get the MMR vaccine?
Yeah, I said that already.
Okay, so
I know you're flustered now, and it is.
I'm not frustrated at all. I am frustrated.
Honest.
The reason I'm frustrated is because you are the HHS secretary, and you are talking about things that lead to vaccine hesitancy in this country.
I am frustrated. Yeah, Dana, we can tell. She's frustrated because she set a trap.
Oh my God, how?
Having done her research, Kennedy completely sidestepped it. He's literally told the entire country that he advises people to get the MMR vaccine. He agreed with her premise, and he said this in front of Congress numerous times.
Can you tell all of us, is the MMR vaccine safe and effective? Yes or no?
The MMR
Yes
vaccine.
or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's safe for most people.
Can you agree that getting the vaccine is a lot safer than getting measles?
Yes.
Now, if Dana Bash wasn't completely biased and argumentative, she could have asked questions like, so tell us, Mr. Secretary, what's happening with the measles outbreak? Or, the MMR vaccine is safe, correct? But instead, she chose to manufacture a confrontation. Because for CNN, the narrative is always more about, you can tell. She's frustrated because she set a trap without having done her research. Kennedy completely sidestepped it. He's literally told the entire country that he advises people to get the MMR vaccine. He agreed with her premise, and he said this in front of Congress numerous times.
Can you tell all of us, is the MMR vaccine safe and effective? Yes or no?
The MMR
Yes
vaccine.
or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's safe for most people.
Can you agree that getting the vaccine is a lot safer than getting measles?
Yes.
Now, if Dana Bash wasn't completely biased and argumentative, she could have asked questions like, so tell us, Mr. Secretary, what's happening with the measles outbreak? Or, the MMR vaccine is safe, correct? But instead, she chose to manufacture a confrontation. Because for CNN, the narrative is always more important than the truth.
How do you prepare for the next pandemic? I mean, that's literally part of your job now because experts think it's going to happen within the next 10 years again.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did virtually everything wrong the last time.
So what about now?
The principal thing that we need to do is we need to listen to what's happening to doctors on the ground. There are 15 million frontline physicians around the world. They're mainly now connected through the internet. We can tell on the front lines what's working and what's not.
Notice how he starts with a completely logical answer. Listen to the frontline doctors worldwide who are actually treating patients rather than taking a top-down bureaucratic approach. But wait, he's not done.
If we had listened to those doctors during the COVID pandemic, potentially millions of lives. There were therapeutics out there that were working. There were doctors that were having no deaths from COVID and treating, in some cases, thousands of patients. And we weren't listening to them. Instead, we were doing the opposite. We were shutting them down. And then, Dana, the other thing that I would say is that we need to protect our constitutional rights. That is the primary obligation.
What does that mean? It's almost comical. A sitting cabinet secretary suggests that the primary obligation of the United States government is to protect its citizens' constitutional rights. And the CNN anchor responds like he just spoke ancient Aramaic.
Well, during COVID, we completely dismantled our constitutional rights.
Now, if Dana Bash wasn't completely biased and argumentative, she could have asked questions like, so tell us, Mr. Secretary, what's happening with the measles outbreak? Or, the MMR vaccine is safe, correct? But instead, she chose to manufacture a confrontation. Because for CNN, the narrative is always more important than the truth.
How do you prepare for the next pandemic? I mean, that's literally part of your job now because experts think it's going to happen within the next 10 years again.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did virtually everything wrong the last time.
So what about now?
The principal thing that we need to do is we need to listen to what's happening to doctors on the ground. There are 15 million frontline physicians around the world. They're mainly now connected through the internet. We can tell on the front lines what's working and what's not.
Notice how he starts with a completely logical answer. Listen to the frontline doctors worldwide who are actually treating patients rather than taking a top-down bureaucratic approach. But wait, it's not done.
If we had listened to those doctors during the COVID pandemic, we would have saved potentially millions of lives. There were therapeutics out there that were working. There were doctors that were having no deaths from COVID and treating, in some cases, thousands of patients. And we weren't listening to them. Instead, we were doing the opposite. We were shutting them down. And then, Dana, the other thing that I would say is that we need to protect our constitutional rights. That is the primary obligation.
What does that mean? It's almost comical. A sitting cabinet secretary suggests that the primary obligation of the United States government is to protect its citizens' constitutional rights. And the CNN anchor responds like he just spoke ancient Aramaic.
Well, during COVID, we completely dismantled our constitutional rights. We began censoring people in violation.
Okay, but I'm not. You're saying what not to do. I'm asking what to do. But I want to talk about.
That's something to do. That is the number one priority. We protect the Constitution.
Yes, Dana. Protecting the Constitution is an action. It's literally in the job description. But she keeps trying to interrupt it because acknowledging that the government actively trampled the First Amendment during the pandemic is strictly forbidden on this network.
The Constitution was
Forgive me, but you're talking about rights, and I'm asking about a potential public health crisis that is coming.
And the next public health crisis can't get here soon enough, huh, Dana? To the mainstream media, your fundamental God-given constitutional rights, they're just an annoying distraction, getting in the way of whatever public health crisis they're trying to get ready to sell you next.
But I do want to,
And one of the mistakes we made last time was suppressing those rights so people weren't being heard. The doctors who were saying you're doing it wrong were being marginalized and vilified.
Yeah,
and
because again, I really want to move on.
Translation? Stop talking about how we silence doctors. We're here to talk about your bad opinions, Mr. Kennedy, not our terrible journalism.
But
yeah,
you were saying yes, I do.
Part of the problem.
No, I wasn't.
There was absolute press malpractice. And we're allowing
Mr. Secretary,
your job is a fierce skepticism toward authority. And
yes,
you're doing that.
I am. My job is also.
No.
Okay, are you want to sit here and attack me, or do you want to have conversations about public health? I'm not attacking you. I'm asking questions about how to prevent the next pandemic.
I'll tell you.
That's what I'm trying to do. But I also don't want to use this an interview to allow you to say things that aren't entirely true.
Ah, yes, the noble protector of truth. I'm the one who will allow you to say things that aren't entirely true. But let's see what bulletproof, undeniable scientific facts Dana Bash has brought to the table to counter him. Prepare yourselves for peak journalism.
I can tell you that when it comes to the vaccine, there have been studies that show that because of vaccine disinformation, there could have been 100 to 200,000 lives in the U.S. saved. But because people didn't get the vaccine, that's why. I'm not saying that it entirely.
You are saying nonsense. You are saying something that you cannot show.
Okay.
A single study.
I am not saying nonsense.
You
I am
talking when somebody told you.
Excuse me.
Let me cite me the study.
What study? No, what studies are you talking about? You're talking about studies that actually don't exist.
But actually, Dana Bash is the one talking about studies that don't actually exist. Now, there have been studies that have estimated preventable deaths, including this one published in the NIH National Library of Medicine from the European Journal of Epidemiology, which estimated that at least 232,000 deaths could have been prevented among unvaccinated adults between May 2021 and September 2022. What that study does not do is analyze the reasons for non-vaccination. So, I'm curious, how could Dana Bash, or literally anyone on the planet, possibly know why those 200,000 people didn't get the shot? Did CNN conduct a post-mortem poll? Did they break out a Ouija board and ask them if they listened to too many podcasts?
I want to talk about.
You're talking about.
I am not here to
defend. Cite me the study.
This is not productive. I am not here to defend all of the. Let me
You're talking nonsense. You're making assertions you can't support it, and then when I call you on them there, you're telling me you're
Kennedy absolutely dismantled her. The second he simply asked her to name the source of her imaginary study, she folded like a cheap lawn chair. This isn't productive. That's just Washington speak for I'm losing the argument. But if there's a lesson to pull from the wreckage of this failed ambush, it's this. The absolute most devastating thing you can do to a mainstream media anchor trying to run a pre-written smear campaign isn't to yell at them. It's to just calmly ask for them to cite their sources. Anyway, that's it for now. Head on over to my super cool merch store at don'twalkaround.shop. Please subscribe to the channel so I can hit 800,000 by the midterms. And I'll see you next time. If there is next time.
God damn it. That's all I was trying to fucking do. Change it to aggressive. Son of a bitch. The fuck? God damn it! I hate this fucking bullshit, dude. I didn't fucking touch it, dude. God damn it. Dude, I didn't fucking touch it, you fucking asshole. I'm like, I got 5 bullets left. You just made me waste the last. You fucking nigger fucking piece of shit controller. I thought there would be a dungeon. I need to pick a place and go to a dungeon. What? God damn it. Shit. Never even fucking did a dungeon. Okay, bullets. I wanted to eat that. damn it. You fucking kidding me? Fucking faggot ass piece of shit! Stupid ass motherfucking faggot ass motherfucker. Oh, my spine. It is time to go to bed. Stayed up today, but it's not super late. It's not too bad. Mm. Mm. Oh, I got one for Michael now. Nope, my cousin that I made next to one of those. That wasn't even the button I pressed. I actually did the button to the side. Still did that. Return to ship. Oh my god. What was I doing, man? I'm gonna do this and I'm done. the fuck, dude? I had exactly what I wanted to do and I came back. Oh, yeah, the penguin. Oh, there. I fucking there it is. night. Good night. Oh, goodness gracious. That's it. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, fuck. Did it go away again? I remember when I clicked one of the things, I gotta bring that back up before I go back to playing. Alright. Good night.